G'day, welcome to this video that's talking about the assessment tasks for the core HR unit in Cert 4, that is called Support Performance Management Processes. I almost forgot the title myself. That's BSBHRM403B. So I'm going to talk about the two parts as there are now in all the assignments. So part A is the knowledge test, and there are 5 tasks here. So firstly, describe the key elements of a performance management system. Okay, so what makes a good performance management system? What would you have in place? Not you in your industry, but in general, what's good practice? Discuss how an organisation's goals and objectives may be enhanced through a performance management system. So obviously we're saying performance management is a key part of developing a culture of continuous improvement or learning, or whatever you want to call it. So how can it assist an organisation to achieve its objectives and goals? Okay, number 3. Describe some examples of rewards that an organisation could provide to motivate high-performing employees. So we need to think about, okay, what sort of reward system could we have? Does it always have to be money? What actually motivates people? Hopefully you've thought about that and maybe read a bit about motivation that will help you with that one. Number 4, describe a good practice warning and grievance process. So once again, not necessarily your own organisation, but okay, what would be a good one? Maybe your own organisation is, but let's check to see what else is out there. So grievances and good practice, warnings is what we're looking for. And, well, it's actually, the Fair Work Ombudsman has a fair bit to say on that if you look at their fact sheets and maybe the small business code of ethics there. Number 5, discuss the nature of sensitive records that performance counselling may generate and how privacy and security of information may be ensured. Fair bit of emphasis on security and privacy of information in this new standard, which has only just been upgraded. So that's the question related to that. Obviously that's in compliance with the law, but I'd like you to elaborate on that a bit. Okay, moving over to part B then, these are the actual assessment tasks. So task 1, review your workplace's administrative systems that ensure the performance management processes are conducted in a timely and efficient manner. Write up a short report considering the following points: the accuracy and currency of position descriptions. Always the cornerstone of any performance management system is the performance standards that hopefully are laid out in the position description. Obviously the tasks and the skills need to be up to date in those things. B, alignment or reinforcement of organisational goals. A bit relates to this task A question there a bit, doesn't it? But yeah, we're looking for, okay, how do we endorse the goals that the organisation's after through our performance management discussions. C, the appropriateness or absence of KPIs, in other words, performance standards. So something that can be measured, those SMART, remember that acronym SMART? Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant and time-based. So the KPIs should be like that. Adherence to planned timelines for appraisals. So that's part D. So quite often in some organisations, these are considered just an administrative task. If things get in the way operationally, then we'll just delay them. Don't worry about it. We'll get back to it next time, maybe even next year. But I want you to talk about why it's important that we stick to the timelines. And then E, the timeliness and completeness of performance management documentation. So that's a bit of an appraisal of your own systems there. Okay, task 2. Review the processes relating to positive and negative feedback. Write up a short report on how good performance is rewarded and how underperformance is addressed with individuals. Also cover how support is, or should be, provided when there is dissension about performance appraisal outcomes. Long question, but hopefully the answer's not too big. So you might have already covered some of this in your first answer. So think about the positive and negative feedback. How well are those two things done? And how well do we reward good performance, and how well do we work to achieve better performance from those people who are not performing well enough? And what support is there for people when they genuinely believe there's something in error in the appraisal system, or particularly the feedback they've got? Okay, task 3. Prepare a program, so this could be PowerPoint or just a list of dot points, whatever you like, to deliver information about a best practice performance management system to employees and managers. Include how many sessions you would deliver, what topics and to which groups, in other words, so would it just be to the line managers who might be responsible for performance appraisals, or would it be to some employees only, the union reps or something? Anyway, I need to know that. And I also need a summary of the content under each of the following headings. The goals of the performance management system. So we're looking for best practice here, so a bit of research. The procedures relating to the performance management system, including recognition of excellence and formal warnings that may lead to termination. How the performance management system should be promoted as a benefit to employees. That's a tough one. A lot of times unions and others think that this is more a discipline tool, but it's meant to be there to benefit everybody, including employees, obviously in their development. Regular feedback methods, both formal and informal, and how to get further information about the performance management system. So that'd be the people who are attending your talk, how do they get more information about it? So that's a pretty handy way to present what you think a good practice or best practice performance management system is, by giving me a little presentation about it, or at least writing it up as a presentation. Task number 4 then. Prepare a short report on your workplace's performance management system regarding collation of data from appraisals. In other words, they're not done in isolation, are they? Well, maybe they shouldn't be anyway. So if somebody has one appraisal and there's a learning outcome that they need, or some sort of development they need, someone else has got another one and that could be similar, it's pretty handy to know collectively what all of that means, doesn't it? So we can develop a program that might suit more than just one person individually. So we need to consider how, or should in every case, trends or problem areas be identified from the collated data. How, or should, any patterns of underperformance in skill or performance levels be identified. So trends and patterns here, so it's collective data. How or should options be proposed to address these gaps in skill or performance? So some recommendations on those ones. And then lastly, task 5. Make recommendations, that's at least 2, to improve the performance management system in relation to developing performance development plans for individuals within your organisation. So you've probably been exposed to enough information now to know what a best practice system is, and to find at least 2 things in your own organisation that you think would improve the performance management and development planning process. And that's it. Hope you enjoy doing that. I'll enjoy reading it. Thanks a lot.